about this energy that's bringing ritual. There's something about this energy that's bringing next level. Look, the Empress immediately came out. Let's sit with that energy for a while and let's pull out something that goes along with her. Because you know, the energy of the Empress, girl, the Empress is just completely next level. And I don't think, like, people think like the Empress is like, I mean, and they're right. The Empress is about beauty. The Empress is about relationships and love and manifestation. But really, hey, really what the Empress does is the Empress brings in new levels. The Empress takes what the High Priestess, the High Priestess lays out for you, and the Empress grabs it. You see what I'm saying? The Empress grabs that manifestation out of the sky and makes it real for you. And that's why I'm saying, like, this portal, even the Empress is straight up and down saying, like, hey, this portal that you're about to step into and what you're leaving behind is so next level that I don't even think that you're ready for what's next. What the heck is actually the perfect question, because I feel like that's what you're going to be saying when these blessings start dropping into your lap. And I feel like rather hyper today because this portal is not only going to take you from I wish, I hope, I need for this to happen to I receive, I knew it was for me, and this is what I am going to do with it. But it's also going to establish you as a superstar. And a lot of y'all will tell me, like, Cass, I don't want to be front and center. I'm not interested in being in the limelight. I'd rather sit back, collect my blessings, and make people think and wonder what it is that I'm doing. And to that I say, just because you want to sit back and relax don't mean that God won't position you as a superstar. So the Empress coming out with the 7 of Wands is letting me know that you are about to be so next level in your movements that the blessings are going to get you unstuck. Like, you are already in motion to receive your blessings. What do your blessings look like? I'm so glad that you asked me. Sometimes blessings can look like, sometimes your blessings can look like more work than what you need at the very beginning. But tap into these T's, friend. Tap in. Because your blessings can look like you having a nudge into fixing your finances. And money keeps coming up for me. Tap in. Money keeps coming up. Look, there's a balance. I'm telling you. Tapping into that money balance, understanding that your tuition, what you're paying, is connected to your intuition and what you're receiving. So what you're paying, the tuition, and what you're receiving, the intuition, those things go hand in hand. And I feel like God is tapping in and telling you, you've got to watch what you're spending your money on. You have got to stop spending your money on trash. You've got to stop going out and flippantly buying things that you don't need, clothes, jewelry, whatever the case may be, and really start saving your money. The reason why money keeps coming up, friend, is because we're walking into the springtime. And the spring often renews a sense of identity, love, understanding, clarity. And when I see the 7 of Wands, like, this is a rush. I feel like a rush of energy. And I'm telling you, this next portal is going to be so fast moving, you're not even going to know what's going on. So feeling this rush of energy in this Empress, 7 of Wands, Temperance portal is, girl, the energy is so high paced that in order to calm yourself down, I feel like you might turn to spending money without knowing exactly why you are doing it. And I'm here to tell you why you're doing it. So let's tap into this Empress energy just a little bit more, because I feel like she has a lot to say to us tonight. And as you're thinking about this Empress energy, as you're thinking about how we dive into not just what she has to say to us, but how you'll incorporate this information into your rituals, into your prayers, into your deeper understanding. Look, seek humility and vibration coming out back to back. Listen, to go in search of, to ask for and request. And I do feel like the Empress is straight up and down saying, like, girl, ask and you shall receive. Like when you seek within yourself, what you actually do is you ask for roads to be unblocked for you, because we rarely go in and seek things that are like, we don't ask for things that are bad for us. Not rarely, like we just don't ask for things that are bad for us. We always ask for what's good, what we believe is our greater good, even though we know God is in control. But oftentimes when you ask for something that is good, that is high level, it brings in the test first. And the test is often you removing your own blockages that has to do with anything that's holding you back, whether it is money, your emotions, a job, your environment, being around certain energy vampires. Like if you ask, you are seeking, and God is going to remove those blocks for you to receive the vibration in all humility. But he can't do that. God cannot do that unless you are open to doing the work. The Empress is not above doing the work. Yes, nurturing requires work. Don't believe me? Ask any parent. Nurturing requires work. Don't believe me? Ask a teacher, an educator. Nurturing requires work. Don't believe me? Ask somebody, grandmama. Tap in. Nurturing requires work. Don't believe me? Look at your own journey. Tap into that. Because if you do not nurture this next level of your journey, there is a huge chance that you will miss this portal of blessings and tap into the same rigid, unhelpful, scarred, what's the word I'm looking for? Conversation. Ooh, girl, couldn't even get that out. Conversation that you've been having over and over again about why I'm stuck, why am I here? The Seven of Wands energy also brings this very interesting perspective of vulnerability within a community. And I can see that. I feel like that's why there's a lot of high energy within this Empress right now. It's because when you walk through your next level, you undoubtedly start to leave the old behind and walk into the new. And the Seven of Wands is saying, not only are you walking into the new, but you're walking into a space of knowing that there are some openings, like there are some energetic openings that still have to be dealt with and still have to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, tended to. And that's perfectly fine, friend. That does not mean that you cut yourself off completely from the world. You don't have to. And I know that there's a conversation that, being alone, doing it by yourself is the way to go. Like, girl, we are creatures of communication. We love to be around other people as long as we get to dictate who they are. We are humans. We like to connect with other people whose vibes are right. So I do feel like even though there is a vulnerability in this new level, you're still seeking community. You're still seeking your tribe. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm telling you, you're going to find your tribe in this next portal. You're going to find your tribe. And it's going to bring some of the clearest balance and boundaries that you've ever seen. Now, as we tap into this temperance energy and we're talking about balance, remember the Empress not only understands the movement, but understands what it takes to settle into the movement, right? So we have illumination. I knew that the Empress was going to bring something, illumination and quiet. My God, tap into that. And that's exactly what what temperance is telling us to do. With your illumination is so bright that I don't even believe that you have to say much. People are going to be attracted to it regardless. People are going to want to tap into your brightness regardless. And with illumination, the action of illuminating or the state of being illuminated, such as spiritual and intellectual enlightenment, as soon as you open up your mouth, as soon as you say something, you are going to attract exactly who you desire in your club. Period. I think oftentimes we forget just how powerful our voices are and how we can draw people into our realms, into our circles, into our proximity just by the way we speak. Think about all the times you've heard people say straight up and down, like, that person sounds like trash, or this person speaks like they don't care about themselves. Think about the type of language that turns you off when you're talking to certain people and making a decision about whether or not you're going to have them in your world. It is quite interesting how you attract and repel people based off of the way you speak about topics. And I feel like, I know, tap in, that when you are going into your next level, as you go through this threshold, you are more intentional. You are thoroughly intentional about the way you speak with people, because you know that your vibes are ruminating throughout rooms. It is true. You can say one phrase, one word, and people's ears will click into you immediately. And people are drawn to that. The high level players are drawn to that. I need you to understand that, friend. Tap in. And so when you have this intellectual enlightenment that draws a particular balance to you, friend, it is completely and wholly and entirely your power to yield. And by that, I mean you get to either stay quiet and be a mystery, or you can go full blown out there and draw whoever it is you want to you. This includes love interests, business partners, bank, um, the heads of banks. Like, so if you're looking for a way to get that bankroll for your business, if you're looking for um to be an influencer in some sort of way, I also see this being an opportunity. This balance is very unique to you, friend. And I feel like this portal is going to allow that to open even more. And I think you should walk through it and accept it and take it for what it is. It's pretty freaking dope. I hope you know that. So I want you to say, like, you are open to receiving every good thing that comes to you, and I know you will. Look, Page of Cups, absolutely. With the Ten of Wands, you are prepared. The thing about the Ten of Wands is that sometimes we get ourselves into these situations where we feel the need to carry everything all the time. We feel the need that if we carry all of these loads by ourselves, then immediately, automatically, it shows that we're strong. It shows that we can handle a lot. And for that, I say, okay, congratulations. You can handle a lot. God has already put you through the test multiple times. You don't have to prove to anyone else that you can do the job. God knows that you can do the job. But with the Page of Cups here, what it's saying is like, hey, not only can you put down what you've been carrying, the weight of other people, you have to put that down. And you can also put down the other burdens that you've been carrying for yourself. The thing is that you get to choose whether or not the emotional capacity that you carry is heavy or light. I think we forget that we can actually do that, friend. Tap into that. The Ten of Wands and the Page of Cups, those two, your Page of Cups is saying, hey, calm that down right now. And the Empress is even saying, hey, Ten of Wands, no, put all of this stuff down. It is not yours to carry. And if you choose to carry a heavy load, just understand what that means for you and for your next level. And so as we travel into the Seven of Wands territory once again with community and vulnerability, the Two of Cups and the Three of Pentacles, immediately this confirms exactly what the Seven of Wands is telling you, that you are in the middle of owning everything that you are, right? Like you are a boss, you are the bomb, you've got your mindset right, you've gone through your spiritual tribulations, you have faced your accusers who accuse you of being everything that you are not. You have dealt with getting through generational curses. You are the first generational breaker. You have removed the chains of dissatisfaction, of community bullshit. You have absolutely removed yourself from these spaces that do you no good whatsoever. But now you feel just a tiny bit vulnerable. You're scared to get back out there and say, I'm looking for new people. You're scared to get out there and say, hey, I think I want to start getting back into my community and finding people who want to vibe with me. And I'm telling you right now, as soon as you open up your mouth, I keep saying this, as soon as you open up your mouth, you're going to find those people, friend. Tap in. People are going to be drawn to your magnetism, and you're going to understand exactly who these people are as soon as they open up your mouth. There's something magnificent that happens when you elevate, when you go through your spiritual awakening, and when you go through your portals of next level. What ends up happening is that your ear becomes specifically tuned in to the afflictions, the inflections, the inflections, the verbiage, the way that sentences are structured together that rings in a certain way in your mind, right? So if someone is using narcissistic language, right? If someone is using what's the word I'm looking for? Gaslighting language. A lot of people that's never been through being gaslit before, they don't catch on to why those emotions feel the way that they do. They don't catch on to the type of language and how sentences are constructed or what it looks like to be blamed. But you do. You understand exactly what it's like when people gaslight you. You understand exactly what it's like when people try to blame you for their mishaps. You know exactly what it's like when you open up your mouth, you speak your voice, you speak your truth, and people shut you down continuously. You know exactly what it's like to be hurt. You know exactly what it's like to be harmed for real, because people have gone out of their way to hurt and harm you emotionally, physically, psychologically, and spiritually tapped in. So when you go into this new circle, when you start building your community again, when you start searching for people that you want to vibe with, you are going to be able to flush out those who carry the tuning fork of the devil. Tap into that. Because narcissistic behavior is devil behavior. Tap in. Okay. So the Three of Pentacles and Two of Cups, I'm telling you that you work with yourself and being a completely astute and a student of those behaviors that have taken a hold of your life in one way or another throughout your journey. Now, as we come into this illumination, as we come into this intellectual enlightenment, I want you to remember that all of that is under temperance. All of that is under this balance. This, you've gone through so much, and now you've found this peaceful ground that you're standing on. And you're ready to go out and explore again. I'm seeing a lot of twos pop up here, and twos and threes. And I love that vibe for you, Fran. I love the twos and threes because it talks about not just entering the world, but exploring it intentionally. And that's how I feel with the Two of Wands. I feel like there's an intentional mindset that you are going to explore what's around you, what is afar, and you are going to be unapologetic about it. You have the guiding light. You are the guiding light. And this is a major transition for you. Like, this is the confirmation that things are shifting in your favor. When I look at the Two of Wands along with illumination, this is saying that you are going to light your own path. This is saying that you are going to not take any chances on being the old version of yourself or even waiting for other people. Let me tell you something about this, friend. Let me tell you what's really, really difficult for a lot of people that are in the midst of transformation or wanting to transform. Oftentimes, you'll talk yourself into being ready for your next level, right? You'll say, okay, I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to move and shake. I'm ready to do this. And then when it's time to step out there, you somehow talk yourself out of doing it. The subconscious fear factor is stronger than what people make it out to be. And I know this for a fact because A, I've been through it, and B, I know every single one of you have gone through it. It's one thing to make the decision to say, I am going to do this. And then when you start making moves to make that dream happen, what starts to creep up? What if I'm not good enough? What if I can't do it? What if the world laughs at me? What if I make a mistake? What if I stumble and fall? What if I mess up for real, for real? What if I? That's what happens when you decide to take the leap of faith. And right before you do that final jump, you stop yourself. That is your subconscious mind talking to your body saying you are currently about to fly. This is fight or flight, friend. What are you going to do? And oftentimes you will talk yourself out of flying. And I want you to take a step back and think of every single time you decided to open up your heart to the world. You decided to say, this is my business. I'm going to go front and center with it. But it was time for you to make a video. It was time for you to speak to a vendor. It was time for you to step into who you are truly. And you talked yourself out of it every time because that inner voice was telling you, nah, you shouldn't do this. You can't do this. What if? And I'm telling you to say, no. You're not going to do that. It's not what if. It's going to be I will. And it takes a lot of power. It takes so much power to get there, friend. I'm telling you, this portal is going to force you to say, I will do this. You cannot ask God for a roadmap to success in your purpose. And then once you get to the fork in the road and there's an option to choose whether you'll stay where you are and move forward, and you look at God and say, yeah, thanks for getting me this far, I refuse. That is wild. And I know a lot of you have done that. I've done that because of that fear factor. And I'm telling you that it's time to remove yourself from that. Here's the Ace of Swords. Like I said, it's the mind. And there's a reason why mindset shift is everything. There's a reason why there are thousands of books in regards to the mindset shift and how the mind works, because it will trip you up into being comfortable all the time. And if you want to remain comfortable all the time, you will never, ever grow. It will keep you stagnant. And you know what you end up becoming when you become stagnant because you shoulda, coulda, woulda? You become like the people that you're trying to get away from. Tap in. That's right. I'm telling you. I'm telling you to your Facebook, not behind your back. I'm telling you. You will become exactly like the people who you outgrown spiritually, emotionally, physically, yet you refuse to do the things that get you out of the positions that all of y'all are in at the same time. Tap in. And so I'm telling you, when this portal comes around and it's time for you to tap in, do not let your mind keep you in a position that allows you, that supports you in being stagnant, friend. Tap in. And that's the realer than real deal Holyfield. It happens every time. And there's no chill on it, as the kids say, and no chill. When you start making up in your mind that there's going to be so many problems that you don't want to deal with it, you become someone who will never move. And that's not what you want for yourself. I know it's not. I know it's not what you want for yourself. You must seek. You must look. You must find. But you also must move. That's why Ludacris said, when I move, you move just like that. Because when you move, the world moves with you. God moves with you. God is with you. Tap into that. And there's a lot of peace that comes along with this realization. And one of the realizations I need you to have, friend, I want you to tap into this. You are anointed. I mean, there's just no question about it. Like, the anointing is so real. The way that you have come into this birthright of yours is absolutely next level. There is a leadership quality about you that it's really a soul gift. It's a soul gift. When we talk about cutting generational cords, when we talk about breaking generational curses, the other side of that, right, is one, you break the chains of those curses and you do things different. But there are also ancestors that support your anointing soul gifts. And that's how I feel with this Empress. This Empress is an embodiment of your soul gifts. And when I look at vibration and humility, these are energies that come to you at night. They come to you in dreams. They come to you in the form of what you would maybe perceive as anxiety. They come to you in forms of messages on TV or your phone. You might be scrolling and you say, oh my gosh, I know exactly what this person is talking about. They're talking to me, right? Tap in. And we have to understand, like, when we hear the word anointed, what that truly means. That means you are blessed by the hand of God. Tap in. When you are anointed, that means something was given to you through multiple bloodlines, right? Through multiple generations of a bloodline, right? That means that people had to survive. Your lineage had to survive for you to get here. Tap in. That means the trials and tribulations that happened before you, tap in, has been given to you through your DNA. Tap in. It has been given to you through your emotional archaeology. Tap in. And so when you are anointed with something, when you are anointed with a gift, what it is saying is that God has led this to you through multiple generations and by his hand as well. Tap in. And when you recognize how you are the lone survivor of this anointed soul gift, it puts a different perspective on it. Nobody else is going to have your gift, not the way that you do it. Nobody else is going to understand how powerful you are except for you and the souls you touch along the way. Tap in. So when the phone is ringing, you need to answer the call from God. Tap in. You cannot ask God to bring you up to this point and then turn around because you are scared. You got to push past that fear, friend. You got to tell that fear to STFU. Tap in. You've got to work through it. Tap in. Hey, good evening. And then being open. I know how hard it is to become open when you are healing from hurt. I know how difficult it is to become a source of energy when you have fought for so long to never be hurt again like you were before, where you allow people to take advantage of you. I understand that. But here's the thing about being open. Being open means you say yes to the things that you are scared of. You say yes to the things that will push you and stretch you and open you. Like you cannot move outside of this box you're in unless you punch your way out, friend. And I'm telling you that God is girl. God is saying, punch your way out. I got you, but you gotta be ready to fight your way out. And one of the ways, and one of the things that you gotta fight your way out of is the fact that the world is against you. The world is not against you, boo. Assholes are. Tap in. The world is not against you, boo. Okay, karmics are. Tap in. The world is not against you, boo. As a matter of fact, the world shapes and bends to your every need. Tap in. It is when we falter. It is when we ignore our intuition. It is when we don't listen to our most trusted sources of information, whether that be a friend, whether that be God, whether it be your parents, whether that be whatever it is, your source of connection. When we ignore those and give our energy to entities that house themselves in human bodies or are in this, they're shapeshifters, they Decepticons, okay? When you lend your energy to the Decepticons, that's when you start to feel the wrath of the devil. Tap in. And that's where you have to pull yourself out of those situations. Those are the lessons that you learn. But you have to expand through the extremes, and you got to trust life. So if you keep meeting the same type of people, what cords are attached to you, friend? That's why you need to go to cashyoung.com and get your custom ritual design, because I help you move through all of that. Tap in. You've got to trust life. You've got to trust that your life design was not made by some, low vibrational, demon vibrational entity that wants you to destroy the world. No, you were made in God's image. You are anointed. And as soon as you understand, you step fully into that understanding, is when you will recognize that your Empress is truly you pulling every single manifestation out of the sky from the High Priestess. Tap into that. This is your connection. This is your rainbow connection, like Kermit the Frog said. Y'all better get with it. Get with it, friend. And what I say, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. The universe is my university. You know, my homegirl, she told me a long time ago, about 7 years ago at this point. She told me that it seems like as soon as I make a decision, I act on it. And I tell her, no, I do my research. I do my research as much as I need to in order to make my decision. The reason why it seems like that to you is because I'll mention it once or twice, do my research, and then never mention it again. And the next time you see me do something, do that thing I said I did, it seems like I just made the decision out of nowhere. Tap in. No, that's just not how I don't talk about it every day. That's not how I move. But the universe is my university. So if I make a decision and everything starts aligning in order for me to make that decision uninhabited and make that decision without harm, and it flows easily, that's the cosmos. Now, granted, sometimes when I speak like that, my friend don't understand. She would tell me, Harvey, I don't use that type of language. I don't give a damn what type of language you use. When the door opens, it opens. When the portal opens, it opens. It doesn't matter what your religion is. We all understand divine timing in the universe, right? So when the universe is your university and there's just this, you just know, it just is what it is. It feels right because it is right. And so when you get that, when you embody that, when you know that, you truly become a child of the cosmos. You become one with the stardust, girl. Like, I don't even know how else to say it. Okay. And as far as getting out of this fear factor mindset, right? And when you're getting out of this energy of should you or should you not tap into this next level, or should you stay where you are, I want you to remember, I don't know what card's about to pull out. Listen, when I, with the Empress being out, let's back up. Let's back up, friend. Tap in. Can we back up for a second? Because we have Temperance in the Empress. These are the first cards that I pulled. And I said with Temperance, it is your reset. This is your balance. This is your way. And the Empress tells you in a heartbeat, like, you are able to, a lot of people connect the Empress with pregnancy, right? With birth. Hold on. What you pregnant with, friend? Your dreams, your hopes, your ideas, your methodology, your truth, your story, what you giving birth to, newness, an understanding, the money, the frequency, the power, the respect, the understanding, the knowing. When the Empress is brought forth in a reading, it goes beyond birthing a human being. You can have a rebirth. This is a rebirth of you. Remember the song, The Rebirth of Slick? Because I'm cool like that. I'm cool. Like, listen to them lyrics. It's the rebirth of you. So when I pull out birthing creations, when I pull out the seven star sisters, when I talk about what they were going through, what they were connected to, what their powers were, what they had to protect themselves against, why they are hiding out in the cosmos. This is a true form of expression. Tap in. Your Empress is a true form of expression. What are you expressing? You are expressing your next level. You are expressing your purpose. You are walking in your divine light that God has given you. Yes, tap in. This divine message I thought was going to be about self-love. And I always think when I come through my readings, I'm like, God, please just let me give a message out that touches the heart of people and help them transform. But at the end of the day, when the message taps in and comes through, girl, it starts unfolding. And so the portal that I could not readily identify at the beginning of this conversation, girl, the portal of rebirth is here. Tap in. The portal of rebirth is here. And the thing is, friend, you think you got time to get ready. Oh, let me pack up some clothes and let me lose a little bit of weight before this portal come through. Girl, the portal is here, girl. You're walking through it. That's why your anxiety sky high. You ain't even know that the portal had opened for you. And here it is. This is the portal of rebirth. Get ready. Wah! Get ready. We don't need no umbilical cord. This is TV. Get ready. It's happening. It is happening. Wow. Wow. You have a right to your joy, peace, and sweetness of life. Tap in. The portal, friend, I'm yelling. I'm sorry. I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling out of excitement, okay? I'm yelling with you because this energy is so strong that it is pulling you towards your portal of rebirth. This is the time to tap so deep into your rituals, your springtime rituals, your solstice rituals. This is the time when you tap into your prayers. This is the time when you start excommunicating with situations and people who you've been said you was going to cut off. We on year 7 and you still talking to the same people. Tap in. This is the moment where you, anything that you side eye need to remain over the side that you eyeing. Tap in. Tap in. You have a right to your joy. Any joy stealer got to go. Tap in. No, I'm not saying that when you cross into this portal, everything will be fixed. I'm not saying that, friend. I am realistic. Okay? I know how life works. But the intention and the moves that you make once you cross into this portal, that's what matters, friend. Tap in. That's what matters. That's what you have to look into. So yes, you may be disjointing from a nasty relationship. In this next portal, are you going to continue to move apart and break it off completely? Or are you going to turn back around and go back to the same situation? Tap in. That's the intention. Yes, you want to do better with your eating. Okay, fine. In this new portal, you are focused. Your intention is to become healthier, live longer, lose weight, whatever it is, clear your skin up, okay? Not have digestive issues, not get tired in the middle of the day. Whatever your goals are, your intention is set. Are you going to have a bad day and let's say eat a bar of chocolate and then say, okay, well, I messed up one time, I'm going back to my old ways? Or are you going to reset? That's the question. It is the intention through this portal in which your next level is going to expel you to the top. Your blessings, friend, tap in. Your blessings is going to forge you as a leader, not a follower. You will pave the new way. You will be the leader. And you wish you had, you're going to be such a great leader because you know what it's like to not have one. You're going to know what it's like to be a great leader and show up for yourself. Listen, you're showing up for yourself before you show up for anybody else. How in the freak are you going to show up for anyone else if you don't even know how to do that for yourself as a master teacher? You know what I have to do a lot? Excuse me. God, I hope I'm not getting sick. You know what I have to do a lot, y'all? I have to constantly tell myself that I am breaking through barriers. One of the secrets that I talk to with my clients, one of the things I'm going to tell y'all for free, is you have to constantly reassure yourself that you are a boss. You have to constantly reassure yourself that the fear that you're feeling, that the limited beliefs that you have, that the imposter syndrome that you're holding is freaking fake. That ain't nothing but your subconscious trying to punk you out of your position. That is nothing but you staying in what you think is a safety net, actually allowing you to fall deeper into the lies that you have told yourself to make you feel like you're going to be all right here. Tap in. You have to talk to yourself, friend. You have to ask God to remove your momentary lapse of believing that you are not worthy of something greater, of your goals, of your blessings. You have to remove that fear. You've got to remove that limiting belief that you cannot operate in your divine purpose. Who said that? Who lied to you out in this outside world and said that you wasn't good at it, that you didn't deserve it, that nobody wanted you? Tap in. I'm telling you, if they told you that and you know the complete opposite is true, that you are that girl, I'm telling you to tell them to STFU. You are a boss. Do not allow that limiting belief to trick you up out your spot. Do not allow that limiting belief to trick you up out of your coins. Do not allow that limiting belief to trick you up outside of your house. Because when you fall into the mindset of I can't do this, I am too scared. When you fall into that mindset, it is hard to pull yourself out. And you will look up 5 years, 10 years, 20 years later and say, I could have did that. I should have done it. Why didn't I? How many of you are looking back on all of the times you could have started something? All the times that you could have started school, started a business, started learning something, started learning a language. I'm learning sign language, y'all. Okay. That's what I'm learning. All the times that you could have applied for a job and put yourself out there and say, listen, the worst that could happen is somebody could say no to me. Okay. Is that the worst that could happen? Somebody says no, you get rejected. Okay, boo-hoo. Let's deal with the fact that you get rejected rather than you saying you never even tried. Tap in. I could deal with the emotions of rejection. I could deal with my friends in their moment of rejection. What I can't deal with is somebody who's too scary to even get rejected. Take a chance on yourself. This is like darn the cards. Take a chance on yourself, friend. It's hard, but it's not impossible. Tom Cruise got 7,000 Mission Impossible movies, and he about to come out with another one. Each time the mission seemed crazier than the last, and it darn sure seemed impossible to me. But let me tell you something. Every movie, Tom Cruise up on the screen, running like this, saving the world. Why can't you run and save your world? Why can't you meet your mission? Why? Because something told you that you wasn't able to do it? Because society told you it wasn't the right thing to do? I'm here to challenge you. I'm here to challenge you. I'm not even going to ask you to get out of bed. I'm here to challenge you the next time you have a limiting belief thought, the next time you say, I don't deserve it, I shouldn't get it, I don't understand why, whatever it is, whatever limiting belief you have, I want you to stop yourself in your tracks and say, okay, why am I believing this again? I want you to check yourself. It becomes a habit. It becomes actually a ritual when you learn out of habit to check yourself and then you self-regulate. When you learn to regulate those limiting beliefs, you start to speak life into yourself. Tap in. When you start challenging those limiting beliefs and say, wait a minute, yes, I can do that. And I have proof I can do that because I already went through some BS in my life. I've already survived some BS in my life. I've already stepped into my purpose. Every time I step into my purpose, I get greater, I get better, I get lighter, I get stronger, whatever it is. You have the proof that you can do it. So now that you're ready to reach this next level, step into this portal of rebirth, friend, and you a little bit scared, I want you to stop yourself and say, okay, yeah, I'm scared, but I've been scared before. And I made it. Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing then. And I don't know what I'm doing now, but I still made it. I found my way. Like your testimony is literally your guidebook. But because of all of the trauma that you've been through, what society tells you to be, that you've been through, or what you shouldn't do, because of that, your brain is literally like, nah. And we gonna completely challenge it every time. And if you don't catch it right there in the moment, I want you to catch what it feels like after when you don't do it. I want you to tap in to what it feels like after you have not completed your task. That's what I want you to do. And I mean this. I don't even like, I mean it. It is so easy to trick yourself into believing that you are not worthy of what God has in store for you. And God will be looking at you like, girl, you asked for this. You can ask for something and still be scared to receive it. I know all of you have been there. I've been there. There are too many stories out here of people saying I was scared. And once I learned how to bust through that third wall and honor myself and believe in myself. What did Nicki Minaj say? I believed in myself enough to not sign a 360 deal. What did that mean? That means that she believed in herself enough to know that she did not have to sell her soul, her talents, her gifts to an entity that would highly exploit her financially, emotionally, psychologically, and steal her art. And I want you to go in with the same mindset, friend. You love yourself enough to not sign a 360 deal with anybody, any entity, including your mindset that houses these limiting beliefs. And I want you to say, I love myself enough to not sign that contract. Tap in. Because what you essentially do, girl, what you essentially do when you start believing those limiting beliefs is that you sign a contract with the spiritual realm saying that this is the way that you operate. And now what? Now you're starting to attract the things that keep you stagnant instead of attracting the things that make you grow, that allow you to expand. That's what I'm saying. You are entering the portal of rebirth. But you're not going to be a newborn baby. When people become born again Christians, when people become born again Buddhists, born again Catholics, born again Muslims, they're not starting from ground zero. They're starting with a knowledge base. And what they're focusing on is their intention. What they're focusing on is their dedication. That's what they're focusing on. When you move, they move just like that. And that is the message. That is the message of this portal rebirth. It is not about just blessings and gifts from God. Yes, all of that is great, fantastic. But there's a bigger play here. And the bigger play is that God, you and God are in co-creation. God can move mountains with you, for you, and about you, and through you. Tap in. But if you ain't willing to do your part, all of your gifts are going to remain on the other side of that mountain. Yes, you got to climb the hill, friend. Tap in. Yes, you got to climb the mountain. Yes, it hurts. But once you get up the hill, let's look at it this way. I mean, your glutes gonna look good. You know, you're gonna be have Meg the Stallion knees. Like, girl, tap in. Tap in. My husband calling me. Hold on. Hold on, my husband calling me. Let me write him a message, y'all. All right. Y'all with me? I want y'all to tap in if y'all with me. Let me just, whew, geez, that felt good. That felt good to say. Before I close out, my husband probably like, girl, I got food and I'm hungry. I want some food. Look, Ace of Swords came out in reverse. I tell you what, because then the Ace of Swords come out with the what? The Two of Cups earlier. I tell you what, this Ace of Swords is you flipping it upside down, claiming your spiritual land. Your Ace of Swords is claiming your spiritual land and your birthright and your divine purpose. Tap in. Tap into that. The Ace of Swords in return is saying, listen, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. See, when you holding up your sword like this with the blade facing up, that is a sign of ready to go to war. When you have put your sword into the ground, that is you signaling the universe, signaling God that yes, I am here and I'm standing 10 toes down. You don't have to fight for that. You don't have to fight for what's already yours. I'm trying to told you. Oh, this feels good right here. Page of Wands. Page of Wands. And I'm telling you, my God. My God. The Page of Wands with the Ace of Swords is saying to you in this moment of rebirth that your energy, your intention, your love, your light, everything that you worked hard for is going to appear without you having to put so much into it anymore. I know you tired. We pulled out the 10 of Wands. I know you tired of carrying everything. It ends here. The Page of Wands is saying no more. Listen, no more. I don't want no scrubs. That's why TLC is here. TLC is telling you, I ain't never been no silly bitch trying to get rich from another bank account. Tap in. You want to know that song is called Silly Hell by TLC. But what I'm saying is, friend, is that there's no more relying on something or someone else. It is you. It is you versus you. It is you and God versus you, actually. Because God always going to have your back. Okay? I cannot believe I just pulled that out of my brain. I have not heard that song forever. Come on, friend. Tap in, God. Let's give me one more card, God. Woo. Let's close this out with something with love. The Magician. The Magician. And you know what's interesting about the Magician being Lisa Bonet? On the Cosby Show, Lisa Bonet was literally like the odd child. She was the one she was the flower child. She was floating in the sky, girl. She was, she wanted to live her life. Her parents actually were, when she got married and in the show, her husband had a child and her parents were against it. And she was a great stepmother. She loved it. She owned herself. She knew who she was. She knew what she had to fight through, what she had to challenge. Lisa Bonet in the Cosby Show was quite an interesting and intricate character. And it was not just the characters, who she truly is as a person. Even Lenny Kravitz tells you that. She wasn't even acting. She had to read lines, but that's who she was. She is a flower child. She is a child of the cosmos. And you can tell by the way that she exudes herself. That's why I said, as soon as you open up your mouth, people going to know who you are. People going to know your stamp of approval. Tap in. Who you anointed by? God, 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 God. It's God in me, God. They going to know. They going to know. Tap in. One more. Oh, it feels good. I know I said that last time, friend, but geez. Look. And you know the drill. You know the drill. Done. It's a done daughter. You know the drill. You know what has to happen now. No more conversation. No more conversation. With the Ace of Wands on the bottom. Sparking it up. Sparking your light. Wow. That Ace of Swords coming out in reverse really took me out, y'all. Ooh-wee. Y'all know we have a ritual here. Tap in. Before I tap out of here, take a deep breath in, friend. Let's take a deep breath out. Thank you, God, for these beautiful messages. Thank you for allowing me to tap into your word, your spirit, your energy, the message that needed to be heard today. The fact that we're going through this portal split open. Yes, source, available source. I am open and you are my source. Change me into one who knows that you are my source. Fill me with the confidence and faith so I know I never have to beg, just gratefully receive. Tap into that, friend. Change me into one who can offer you even the most baffling problems, knowing you'll carry me to the right solutions at the right time. What I'm telling y'all, if I am utterly open, receptive, and available, tap in. Sacred self and authenticity. Oh my gosh. I know I am loved. You are, friend. You are. Don't never mistake me from being like hype into to talking you out of the fact that you are love. How can you not be love? You were made in love. God didn't create you out of hate. He didn't create you out of spite. He didn't allow for centuries or generations of people to survive for you to be created in hate. It don't matter what your parents have done, what they went through, whether you was born in conflict or born in love. God made you in love. That's the message. And when I coach people, for lack of a better term, when I coach people, they always hit me with, I didn't grow up in a 2-parent household, or I didn't have those things when I was growing up. And I'm here to tell you, like, okay, Ian, life sucks. I get you. But this is where you are now. This is where you are now. And you get to nurture yourself. Remember I said that earlier? You get to nurture yourself. You get to heal yourself. You are an adult now. You get to take your money and invest it in therapy. You get to take your money, buy a car, and live on the beach. You can live in a hotel. You can eat candy in the morning. You can deal with the consequences if you tell your boss to screw off. Okay, you're not a snowflake. You've been through a lot. If your childhood was rough, I know you're not a snowflake. If you've gone through trauma, I know you're not a punk. If you've carried the world on your back before, I know that you have the strength. What does that have to do with you stepping into your power right now? Nothing, unless you're telling me that the reason why you are not stepping into your power is because you fed yourself the story that because your past was tumultuous, you don't deserve a future. Tap in. Is that what you're telling me? And my clients, oh, well, when you say it like that, when you say it like that, Cass, you might got a point. Can you pull a card for me? Girl, my clients be tripping. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I have a 3-day access pass to me where you get my high level spiritual intelligence uninhibited, okay, for 3 days straight. And that is something I started offering my newsletter. So if you are not a part of my newsletter, you need to tap into that. They are absolutely phenomenal, and they will just send me a voice note through Telegram. Hey, Cass, girl, I'm about to go into this meeting. I'm feeling like these vibes are going to be crazy. Can you pull a card for me? Got you. Pull a card for them right then and there. Like access. That's why I haven't been going live lately. Just access. 5 on my screen. Thank you, God. Ooh, thank you for those numbers. I got Cass. Can you say a prayer for me real quick? I'm about to go into this situation and I need a prayer. Miss Cass, listen, my grandma not doing too well. I'm about to go in here. Can you say a prayer for us real quick? Tap in. Whatever it is that my clients need, if I have the spiritual knowledge and intelligence, I tap into them and allow them to have it. So when I say, like, my clients tell me straight up, oh my gosh, Miss Cass, you right about that. It doesn't, my past, while it matters, it is not the determination of where you're going. It gives you an eye for the bullshit. That's what it does. And at any given point, you can say, it's a lot. I choose to stop here. You can do that. That is the beauty of being grown. That is the beauty of being an adult. You can make choices and you can deal with the consequences if you decide to make a rash decision. I'm not talking about those that have had choices taken away from them through victimization. That's a totally different ball game. Y'all know that's not what I'm saying. When people are victimized, even in adulthood, that takes another energy to address. What I am addressing here is you have a choice right here, right now. You always have a choice. And for those that have been victimized and dealing with that, there are opportunities to reclaim your power. There are always opportunities to reclaim your power. I'm not saying you don't relive it. I'm not saying it doesn't touch you. I'm not saying you don't get angry. I'm not saying you don't feel the grief. I understand. Been there. Been there. What I am saying is that at this very moment, as you're listening to this, you have a choice. And I want you to choose you every stinking time. I want you to choose you every single time. If it's between your happiness, your peace of mind, because remember, you can believe those limiting beliefs. You can fall into that trap and get your world snatched from under you because you believe the lies in your own head, or you can make a choice to challenge them. You can make a choice to stay in a tumultuous situation, or you can make a choice to get out if safety provides. Tap in. I am realistic. Okay? No, every choice is not going to be easy, and sometimes it takes a lot of contemplation. I would rather you keep thinking it through than to not think about it at all. Tap in. At the end of the day, the transformation is going to happen, and you either with it or without it. At the end of the day, the higher consciousness is coming through. You either shift with it or not. And I just have this strong feeling that the chosen ones, they're shifting with it. And they need high level energy and guidance to make sure they don't fall off track. Tap in. Look, pulled out the challenges card. I'm telling you, girl, unbearable situations throw you directly into God's arms if you are open. Yes. I have a course called Prayer Alchemy. It is one of my highest rated courses. Well, I only have one course, but it's my highest rated course. People love that course. Tap into it. I'm telling you, your prayers, your rituals, and guidance, it's going to take you next level. This is your opportunity to receive your blessings, but first you got to cross into the portal of rebirth plan, and this is your opportunity. With that, I want to say later on, and I hope to tap into you really soon. Check out all of my offers in the description box. I love you so very much. I will see you on the next one. The divine light in me honors and recognizes the divine light in you. Namaste, friend. Bye.